Two miners uncovered a cave deep below the earth that's as beautiful as it is deadly. Imagine accidentally plunging 300 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. What would the journey look like? While it sounds far-fetched that anyone would get to see so far below the Earth's surface, two miners accidentally stumbled upon a mine shaft that led them into the depths. What they saw down below was breathtaking and an undeniable scientific breakthrough. In the year 2000, the Delgado brothers, two Mexican miners trenching in the Nica mines for Industrias Penoles, happened to accidentally spelunk into what became known as the most famous and dangerous locations on Earth. It was an otherworldly sight. The environment in the Cave of the Crystals is so toxic that a human would die within 5 minutes without proper equipment. Luckily, the miners were prepared to explore one of the most breathtaking locations on the planet. This marked the third cave in the Nica mines, and it was completely filled with glittering formations. The crystals were primarily selenite formations. The largest crystal measured 12 meters long, 4 meters in diameter, and weighed more than 55 tons. Each one was cut perfectly, not by a jeweler, but by nature. But that's not all that was down there. The Nica Mines caves soon attracted the attention of NASA. In 2008 and 2009, NASA Astrobiology Institute Director Penelope Boston ventured into the giant crystal cave. Boston was one of the scientists who discovered the crystals held a secret. They contained living organisms. The microbes found in some of the crystals were between 10,000 and 50,000 years old, and the crystals acted as little incubators for what was growing inside. Talk about ancient. But how could an area so beautiful also be so deadly to human life? Ironically, the answer lies in what allowed the microbes to grow in the first place: the extreme temperature, gases, and the fact that the tunnels were also actually once filled with water. The caves had been drained over time by Industrias Penoles. Known primarily for their production of lead as the mines went deeper, elements such as zinc, silver, and gold were discovered. This was one of the primary dives for the drainage of the Nica mines. In 1910, one of the first famous crystal rooms was discovered. The sharp-walled room earned the name Cave of Swords. Rooms entirely composed of crystals like these motivated Nica mines to keep draining. There were 3 charted caves in the Nica mines. The deeper the tunnel, the hotter the water. The temperature changes in the water allowed for various types of crystals to grow, including the ones holding ancient yet living microbes. But what causes the temperature changes in the first place? Underneath the water-filled tunnels is a pocket of magma pushing towards the Earth's surface. These heat levels allowed growth of microbes, but is deadly to humans even when drained. The conditions of the famous Cave of Giant Crystals included temperatures of up to 138 degrees Fahrenheit and 100% humidity. If a person stayed down there for too long, their lungs could fill with fluid, causing them to implode. These intense conditions did not deter NASA scientists from continuing to explore the caves. Scientists were eager to find more life, and in the end, 40 strains of microbes were discovered, some of which were viruses. Even stranger, these microbes had hardly any closely established terrestrial relatives. Their nearest relatives are 10% different in terms of genetics. Could this be alien? Unfortunately, the international attention caused damage to the mine. The areas of the caves that were tolerable to the ordinary person became tourist destinations, and some greedy sightseers stole crystals. In 2010, it was closed to the public. But something was causing the crystals to rot. Even though it was decided to shut the mines, other variables played into the deterioration of the crystals. Excited to discover the next wonders, Industrias Penoles looked to pump out more waters from the tunnels. Water conditionally refilled the caves, yet Industrias Penoles wanted to keep pumping. This was not cost-effective for the company. In addition, the continual drainage played a major part into the Cave of Crystals' rapid deterioration. Scientists raced to find a solution to prevent potentially devastating loss. It became apparent that the perfect formation of the crystals was due in large part to the pocket of magma, which heats up the water flowing through the tunnels. The water allowed the magical crystal pillars not only to grow, but also to maintain their 500,000-year-old existence. In 2015, the Industrious Pinoles was ordered to close the mines. The company closed the entrance to the giant cave of crystals, allowing water to flood the tunnels. Scientists hoped that reflooding the Nika mines will help the structures naturally repair. There is no specified closure time for the mines, seeing as how most of the massive structures took 500,000 years to form. The reopening may not happen in our lifetime. Still, NASA scientists remain hopeful that the site can recover soon. Original NASA team members, particularly Paris Boston, deeply missed the monolithic pillars of glistening crystals. While she longs for another chance to visit her favorite place, she also understands the importance of allowing the once natural habitat to repair. Luckily, there are a handful of other caverns that rival this Mexican complex. Though it functioned as a salt mine for 1,000 years, today the space is a tourist attraction that some call a space goth fantasy. Extensive renovations in 2008 made it one of the most bizarrely beautiful sights on Earth. Guests can explore tunnels and balconies carved out of salt, or simply admire the cave's walls lined with cylindrical lights. In stark contrast to its futuristic vibe, Selena Turda still houses some of the original mining equipment.